we're going to take the pattern that we just created and we're going to put it inside of a couple of clip groups to, in this case, give the clothing on this illustration some detail by adding a pattern to it. So to do that, first of all, we should understand the structure of what we're looking at here. So there are, and I'm looking here in the exercise 8 layer under part B clip groups. I do have a group here that is just the face, arms, belly, feet. And if you expand that out, you'll see that there's clip groups inside there and, different components. We're not worried so much about that stuff because what we want to put the pattern onto is the pants and then the top. So clip groups for those exist already in the structure, and toggling on and off the visibility of the clipping path, you can see there's just a big rough shape in there for the base color on the top, and same thing for the bottom, just a big non-specific shape in there that covers the entire shape underneath that clipping path. So then from there, what we need to do is create another shape that we want to add into the mix. So let's start with the pants. What we'll do is I'll just take pen tool and I'm going to draw another, big shape that's big enough to, when I clip it, it'll cover everything in there. Don't need a stroke on it, so I'm just going to have it filled with black for now. Now I'll select it, and from within swatches we have our pattern that we just created. So I need to select the object. Now notice I accidentally just put that on the stroke. Don't want to do that. I want to put it on the fill. So I'll go over there. I'm going to turn the stroke off, and now we have the beginnings of our pattern inside the shape that we just created, and it's right up there so far. It's not clipped or anything yet. Now I'm going to go up to Object Transform Scale. I do want this to not be transforming the object, but just transforming the pattern. I could also use Scale Tool at this point and more dynamically drag my mouse around and find a size to this pattern that I think looks decent, right? And I could then also go in and rotate it, and I'm just doing this very roughly here, but finding something that I think is going to look decent on this outfit here, that makes the illustration look better. And I notice here that I don't quite have my shape all the way over to the side on this in a couple spots, so I'm going to actually make that a little bit bigger so when we do clip it, the edges will not look strange. So let's say, okay, that looks good. Then what we can do is drag that down into the pants, and you can see now that it's inside the clipping path, it's being clipped nice and cleanly along the edges of the yoga pants. We could do the exact same thing, of course, with the top. So what we'll do here is I'm already drawing with the swatch in this case, with the pattern swatch in this case, because I have it set as the fill. So I'm just going to draw a big shape over there. I won't adjust the size or rotate anything just for the sake of time. We'll say that looks fine. But then, of course, I can bring that down into the clipping group underneath the clipping path. And we have now established that pattern in a couple of different locations. And that looks great. A little bit of detail, a little bit of light and shadow, a little bit of texture. Pattern can go a long way to really bring a very basic illustration to life.